The phone just went off by itself, so I'll carry on. So I was just about to say they're in the woods up there. We'll have to explore that another day. There is more tunnels that have opened up, which have got coal mines around them, but I don't think they were coal mines. There you go. John Walsh, I apologise, John, I called you Wayne. And that's the serpent, pointing directly up to the hall to the serpent's altar, in that direction. So my take on it all is, as Alice, who was part of the Illuminati, I'm not going to deny that, if you could, she was hanging around with princes and very, very rich people. And she had the Garden of Eden. So the people in Halifax hated her, and it wasn't just because she was a lesbian. I love her to bits. Seen her quite a few times. Right, the train just went over that mound. Now, my theory, if you look at the hillside at the top, going right along there, that's where the Magna is, which means beautiful valley. The main entrance into Halifax, the A58, which is the other entrance into Shibden Hall. If you know how you have this diaries, she has to find out was the Godley Bridge to, I forget where, a part of another entrance into Halifax, and he says no, it used to be a river. So the thing is, Halifax used to be underwater. Just taking to this bit because this is an interesting little bit. So here we are now. At the fountain, which again, thank you to me, managed to get them to open up the water, so now they don't have to treat the floating lake with chemicals. And it's interesting because you can't really see it, but there's a whole void behind there. And another person once told me that when they explored it, when it wasn't running, that there is a tunnel going all the way up to Shibden Hall. When I was a young boy, this used to be the boat, it is a boat house, but that's where they used to keep the boats. They've put a floor on it, and now it's a little office, but it's not even run by the council, it probably is rented by the council. Here we go, another example of they're starting to listen slowly. I think the plan is to turn it into a carving, but when they do that, they don't treat the wood. And like one that's just appeared at the top of the, about 9 years ago, because Suki was a puppy then, it's rotted away. They don't know how to look after This used to be an open drinking water fountain, again because the water coming from the underground reservoir, which has been taken from Yorkshire Water, from the people of Halifax, is so pure that it has health benefits to your health. I've looked into the Hawley Green Spa, which is on the other side of that valley. Well, that's what I was about to say. When the train goes by, I asked once, or tried to work out, why there are so many mounds on the top of Beacon Hill, and someone said it's all the soil and the slag from the train tunnel. Well, I don't agree with that. Like the A58, when they did a bit of work, when they've opened that up, they've mounded up the soil from the tunnel and made it easier for the trains to get in, so it would be flat. So that wall along there, or where the train track is behind the park, has come from the tunnel. So the question is then, what are and where are the and why are there so much soil on the top of the hill? Again, I'm starting to realise that we have a bigger place in history. It's just being covered up. At first I thought it was bad enough realising what the Garden of Eden is. And when you look at the map of Atlantis, the Yorkshire Rose, and apparently the field on top of the, where I'm mentioning, the War of the Roses got to this point on the top of the hill. Many wars and conflicts have happened around here. Again, we're not being told about them. So this is part two, because I was carrying on. I mentioned this is my favourite tree. There's two favourite trees I have down here. This is my favourite one, because it's on probably on quite a spiritual ley line as well, or a ley line. I see people in this. There's a butt. It's like this. It's like the tree's got souls in it. Best thing to do is just have another look. But yes, it was planted by Anne Lister, by going by the age of it, and she planted them, especially up Serpent's Lane, which is now being called Radcliffe Way. She planted not even cuttings. She got them from the local lads that were selling them for 10 a penny around here. And one of the things that got me into first starting to realise that there was more going on, and I didn't expect it to be as mind-blowing as this, but I was saying that I was walking my dog and I noticed that the tree line along Serpent's Lane looked like a serpent because they were all in bloom for spring. Come on. So in this little bit of woods as well, where we used to play as kids, and the little house I was talking about from Gentleman Jack, that was just where that little mound of stone is now. They should have left it there. And if you look, there's another one of the stones I mentioned. Just there. Hello. You alright?
Hi, hello. Come on, don't stop, otherwise you won't get up.
No, got in back now, Walter. Hey, he's bigger than you.
So that could possibly be another entrance into one of the tunnels. Surprised you haven't chopped these down. And again, if you look at this is the same as the hillside on Beacon Hill that's been cut out. You sort of get clues of how history's gone, going back thousands and thousands and thousands of years. You just don't know whoever to believe. So when you read the books, and I've talked to some people about the history of the early Christianity who are historians around Halifax, and they're not coming out with the correct. It's like everything's being manipulated, so the only way you're going to find out about everything is through your own meditations and belief systems. I'm not saying there's no God, because I believe there is. I think there's more than one. But there was a creator. The Green Tablets of Thoth I'm starting to read again. And they mention the serpents hidden in plain sight in a public place that is opened up. Well, if that was someone writing the tablets 36,000 years ago, I'm sorry, it wouldn't have been a public place. They wouldn't have known what public was. So we've practically done a full circle now. Promised you all a few more posts. If anyone that knows any Lister sisters, please pass my name on to them. KitKat2. Like and subscribe. You see, it could even possibly be coming into here, and then no, it wouldn't be doing that from here. So you have to work out your thoughts. Right, that's it for today. Have a blessed day, people.